Hello once again, everyone, from Unity Clear Lake Center for our daily message for today. Today's message, again, comes from the book Keep It True Lent by Charles Fillmore. So the title of today's message is The Fire of God. Now, according to Fillmore, fire represents the positive, affirmative state of mind. To me, it also represents that energy of God within us, helping us to keep our thoughts moving in the direction of knowing our oneness with Source. According to Fillmore, the fire of God is the Spirit of God working through us and revealing to each and every one of us our true Christ nature and our connection to the Christ energy within our own beings. I know of people who have said that there have been times when they're meditating that they've seen a flame of fire appear before them in their mind's eye. This flame of fire represents to that person, as Fillmore states, the illumination of thought in demonstration of Spirit's presence and power. The flame of fire symbolizes the light of intuition that burns in our hearts. So for these people that are seeing that flame of fire, I feel it's letting them know that their thoughts and their actions are really truly reaching that higher dimension of being, and that they are actually connecting with the Spirit and Source of God within them. So while some people are seeing this flame, I also know of other people who have, in the middle of meditation, begin to feel as if there's a warmth going through their entire body. They say that it's as if their whole body were lighting up in a sense. I'm hearing from others saying that they're beginning to feel a vibration in their bodies when they meditate. So all of these feelings are different ways in which Source is letting us know that we are reaching the level of our fuller connection with it, Source, and that our bodies are beginning to shift, heal, lighten up, whatever in the process. So when this begins to happen, it's imperative that we all just allow what's happening to happen and not be concerned about it. You know, so many of us think we know how God's going to make itself known to us, but none of us truly know. Whatever's happening in the body at the time of meditation is what you individually need for your own being. So what this is telling me, though, is that you have been doing the work that I've been talking about for these past many, many days. That you are actually doing the meditations, you're watching your thoughts, you're watching your words, and it's beginning to show in your meditations. So it also sounds to me as though you're taking the time for longer meditations or deeper meditations, and that extra time that you're putting in is actually beginning to have an effect on your physical body as well as your mind and your thoughts. It must be having an effect on your words too, or you would not be having these experiences that you're beginning to happen. So the flame of God that Fillmore is writing about in this message is that energy within to do away with the doubts, the fears that we're all holding on to. That when we have these experiences going on in meditation, it's showing us that we have connected with the energy of God within to such a point that we've stepped into the flow of Spirit, where Spirit itself is beginning to take over and is doing the work for us. Of course, this makes it so much easier to hold those thoughts of peace and harmony in our lives, no matter what's going on around us. And as we continue to further and deepen our meditation time, as we continue to watch our thoughts and our words, this fire of God continues to work in and through us, guiding us, assisting us to hold the higher truth of our being. And it works in us to bring an even deeper knowingness of who and what we truly are. A full spiritual being filled with all the aspects of God. So, as we continue our deeper meditations each day, all that is not of the truth of our being is actually being dissolved on its own, and that we are beginning to reflect the truth of our being in our everyday lives without us even having to work at it as we have in the past. When this happens, we begin to notice how all things around us just begin to fall into place, and it's always for our best and highest good. Fillmore wrote, "Cast all error thought out of your consciousness and assume the mental dominion that was yours before the worlds were formed and you were one with the consciousness of the Father. The same Holy Spirit that glorified Jesus and through which he overcame the world is now right here with us. It is here awaiting our recognition. It will cleanse our mind and all of our old habits of being if we acknowledge its presence and power. Bathe yourself in this boundless ocean of wisdom, love, and light by holding for a few moments in the silence the thought, 'The Spirit sets me free. Thou only healest me.'" When we keep our thoughts and our words completely in your consciousness centered on truth, on the principle of good that God is, you will begin to know that God is all, that there can be no opposing power, and therefore sickness, poverty, discord can no longer exist for you in truth. So when we allow this flame of God, this spiritual light of God, to come in and take hold of us inside, then our consciousness becomes so intensely alive and so thoroughly at one with the supreme being of life of all things, that our lives, our bodies, our affairs, everything will reflect that aliveness, and it's reflected in every single aspect of our being. Edison once wrote that his investigations had convinced him that atoms are centers of intelligence, that the human body is composed of atoms, each of which has its own intelligence, and that a man could, by getting control of these atoms through the will, live forever. I'm not sure if I want to live forever, but during the time that I do live on this earth, I want to live it fully and filled with aliveness. Jesus stated, "God is not the God of the dead, but of the living." And Fillmore wrote, "The God of the living is always present with you, awaiting your conscious recognition. Let the divine life substance flow into your mind, and it will cleanse you of all." So again, I thank you for joining us today. And I want to say, may your day be filled with the fullness of the flame of God in your life, assisting you on your path to hold firm to the presence and power of God within you, bringing you everything you desire as you seek only the presence and power of Source within you, as you, through your constant contact with that Source. So once again, just a reminder, there is only one presence and one power, active in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. May your day be filled with all the good that is yours. Many blessings, everyone.